sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach, he's hoping his guys will put forth a winning effort despite being out of the playoff race with just 3 wins on the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Calling officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's Nix. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
14 yards. And the Broncos first down.
Completes this one to Pickens. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 102 yards.
When you turn in good, consistent performances each and every week, you will rank in the top 10 in the league in receiving yards, and he's number 7 currently, hoping to move up as time goes on.
To throw is Nix. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A strong running. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Covered a lot of ground there. 81 yards on the punt return. And the Raiders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Broncos offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. And a coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. You look at this Raiders defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby. And there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Throwing Nix. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nick's going to keep this himself. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. Nick's good, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Now it's Nix. A dump off for Mason. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
At the 44-yard line.
A 1st carry for Tyler Algier. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. The Raiders at 12-3 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Bowers. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Well, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Operating from the gun, Douglas. Pass complete right side to Bowers. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
Brings up 2nd down at their 48-yard line.
They'll give to Algier out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here comes third and the length of the football. Operating from the gun, Douglas. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
From the gun on third down, Douglas. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Nix to the air. That is caught by Bryant. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw, here's Nix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Nix. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nix going to keep this himself. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
On the give, Algier headed left. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the Broncos' 42-yard line.
They give to Algier on the option. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Douglas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw. Douglas. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
In motion, the tight end. Mason going to get it on first down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Back to throw. Nix. And the Raiders have got him. John Franklin Myers busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They're going. It's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. To the right goes Mason. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Nix. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Nix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, look at the juke. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's to Bowers once again. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Douglas. And he's got his man on the out route. The first-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. First down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Fighting to but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On 4th down, Jeremy Crawshaw on to punt. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now he'll try to run with this. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Throwing to start the drive. Nix takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A final shot before break. Nix. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So halftime now here on Sunday Night Primetime. Let's get it to Scott Hansen in Orlando with our halftime
Our
report.
trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers at home to take on the Rams in the Battle of Los Angeles. And it's the Charger quarterback. The defense has the game plan for his arm or his legs, and this is why.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.